Alarm bells are definitely ringing right now. You are seeing Bitcoin breaking out. Bitcoin retested above $99,000 just a few hours ago. If you've been following the channel on a regular day-to-day basis, your boy Crypto ZX has called that level right on dot. And as we are going into Thursday morning, you're really seeing altcoins feeling the love right now. And that is solely thanks to Bitcoin. And we don't want to neglect the importance of Bitcoin's move right now. But as far as XRP's price is concerned, currently sitting at $2.17, up 2% over the course of the last 24 hours, with the valuation at 127.2 billion and the 24-hour trading volume at $4 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. We're going to come back to this big news. I think this could be quite a revolutionary news, and I'm going to explain why. But you can see this for yourself. Senator Cynthia Lumens says digital assets are the future. We either embrace them or we lose. There is no in between, and I totally agree. And smart money, the way on-chain metrics really show you where the smart money is really going, you'll see they're accumulating altcoins, specifically utility-based altcoins, as well as the king of the market, Bitcoin, at record levels. Retail might not be there in terms of accumulation, but they're coming in and they're buying up Bitcoin as fast as possible. A few years ago, we talked about how you want to hold your BTC, you want to hold your coins, you don't want to give it cheaply to these institutions, and these institutions are hungry for these assets because they know the potential, and the more they have, the more control they have. So of course, you are seeing that happening. You're seeing that complete shift taking place. Which of course is a very, very interesting take to consider, especially if you've been in the space from day one. But take a look at this. This is huge. President Trump announces a major trade deal news conference scheduled for tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Oval Office with quote unquote a big, highly respected country. So some people are saying, it's confirmed that it is going to be the UK. I don't think that's the case. Of course, people are just going to, pull things out. So we'll just wait till this officially takes place at 10 a.m. What's really going to happen? Is it going to be China? If China and U.S. come up with some sort of an agreement regarding all the trade talks that we were hearing, I think market sense if that's the case. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, we're still speculating right now, but look at this. Stablecoin Act 2025 advances. They will become a legal tender for all the financial services. Law is here, and of course, no secret, we are seeing stablecoins being talked about at a record level, more than ever. And of course, that really shows you that big players want, especially these big entities want to be using stablecoins to do cross-border payments. And this is where RL USD shines. We've been talking about that. So Jake makes a great point. XRP's price is still heavily undervalued if derivatives trading takes off. Even in a conservative case, just capturing 10% of Swift's daily flow, that can drive a large price spike in the asset, which of course is a native token, and that is XRP. And with over $6.5 trillion moving through foreign exchange markets daily, there's a plenty of room for upside. And the OCC states that the national banks may purchase and sell crypto assets on behalf of customers and delegate custody and execution to third parties, provided they implement effective risk management. And I think this is going to happen, I think this is going to happen very, very soon. People think, this might not be happening, quite fast, but I think we're going to see this become a norm in the very near future based off, what we're hearing, how digital assets are being treated, how this whole entire market is being treated quite seriously. So I think the potential of, these big banks really offering, this to the crypto services to their clientele, I think is definitely in the very near future. And speaking about Tom Emer, the United States must lead in digital asset innovation, just as we did with the internet, by crafting and passing clear, non-partisan stablecoin and market structure legislation. We will make this happen. Very, very interesting stuff. So Since our last update, of course, dominance has pulled down in a grand scheme of things. Dominance is not low by any means, but it did pull down while Bitcoin, broke out. You guys can see, Bitcoin's retesting $99,000. Of course, a major resistance as we know about this. Of course, this isn't a big rocket science why we're seeing a little bit of a hard time breaking out of this range. But if this does turn into support, I personally think, $100,000 Bitcoin could be on the table. As far as XRP's price is concerned, still within the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. A lot of people are going to be wondering, why we're not sitting in the 23.6, and that is solely due to dominance index being that high. But so far, so good. Like what I'm seeing here, still consolidation. Once we pop out of this 23.6, obviously, like I said, index right now, it's still quite high. More money is flowing into BTC. That's something that we cannot forget. But once, we break out of all-time highs, its price discovery mode, and I think, XRP is going to shake a lot of people in the very near future just based off of the way it's holding. But of course, time is going to tell. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.